Now let's take a look at how our own markets fared yesterday. So back home on the Lal Street, the SENSEX and NIFTY did hit record highs in early trade, but the market fell in the last hour with both the benchmarks losing 1%. Like we were discussing at the start of the show, the biggest intraday fall that we've seen in 11 years. Mangalam is now here to tell us what we should watch out for today.
Well, yesterday was a big party on the Lal Street at the Open, and that's because of the historic win that came in for Narendra Modi. We had record highs hit on both the SENSEX as well as the NIFTY. 12,041 for the NIFTY, 40,125 for the SENSEX. And, the street was just happy that this election event, which has been going on for so many weeks, I think around 7 weeks, 7 phases, and the build-up that there was so much tension that the India VIX, which was higher at around 30 levels as well, fell about 30%. So a big sigh of relief. After that, what happens is global cues. Those took 4. And we had the NIFTY falling about 384 points from the highs, SENSEX correcting about 1,300 points, the NIFTY Bank as well around 1,300 points. And that took the NIFTY as well as the SENSEX to its biggest intraday reversal all the way back since Jan 21, 2008. So a near 11-year decline that we saw as far as the NIFTY, the SENSEX as well as the NIFTY Bank is concerned in terms of the biggest intraday reversal. But there are a couple of reasons why this reversal happened. The first one, there was a sharp run-up on the NIFTY. From May 16th, which was last Thursday, ahead of the exit polls, the low which we hit at around 11,143, the NIFTY ran up around 900 points to 12,041 without serious changes in the underlying fundamentals. Secondly, at the time when the NIFTY was outperforming, the global picture was rather weak. So we had the European markets, the US markets, as well as Asia lower in today's trading session, though they're off the lows, but at one point in time, they were lower by 1% on trade war fears. Dow has lost 380 points in the last 2 sessions. It's down 4% in May so far. So we have been outperforming. So if the SGX Nifty is something to go by, we will continue to outperform. And there's the bigger reason for that is the fact that the crude oil prices, they have declined. FII flows, they buy in the cash market 1,300 crores, but they're selling a lot in index futures. Close to 1,400 crore was the sell yesterday. So let's see what happens at lower levels. The key support that we have is 11,500 to 11,550 because both the 20-day moving average as well as the 50-day moving average are around that. And the near-term triggers, of course, for the market would be global cues, announcement of the cabinet and the RBI policy, which takes place on June 6th. So we'll watch out for whether rate cuts come by or not. So those are the near-term triggers for our markets.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Mangalam. But also take us through the list of stocks that we should watch out on a day like this. There are a lot of big earnings also lined up today.
Absolutely. After the elections come the earnings. So let's talk about the earnings. Nifty companies reporting the numbers today. We'll have Grasim as well as JSW Steel. Other important results, we'll have Ashok Leyland, Bata, Indraprasth Gas. We'll also have something like a Page Industries reporting their numbers. So we'll watch out for whether there is a real consumption slowdown or not. Reliance Cap and Reliance Nippon will be in focus. Remember, these stocks yesterday were in focus on account of the deal announcement that came by. So today, Reliance Cap's offer for sale for about 5.25% stake in Rel Nippon opens today. Floor price is at 218 per share. We have MOIL as well. They have inked an MOU with the Ministry of Steel for production target of close to 14.75 lakh tons of manganese ore and a capex of close to around 210 crores for FY20. We have the oil marketing companies. They'll be in focus primarily on account of the fact that one, crude prices are below $70 per barrel, and secondly, there was a fuel price hike as well. So when the input prices are going down and the output prices are increasing, perhaps there is a case for a bit of an upside. And the fact that the elections are over, there may be more liberty in increasing the prices. Sun TV reported their numbers. Revenue was higher by 24%, but ad revenue was absolutely flat. Higher depreciation actually took the company's net profit lower. So let's see how that stock reacts. And remember, it has corrected about 45% from the peak. E-Clerks results were ahead of estimates. Constant currency revenue growth came in at 2%. The margins expanded by a fair amount, and the net profit also increased by 52%.
All right, thanks for that, Mangalam. We will keep an eye out on all of those stocks you mentioned. We'll also tell you what to expect from some of the earnings that Mangalam just spoke about. But first up, let's get you some opinion now. We spoke to Big Bull Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, partner at Rare Enterprises, on how he's viewing the election outcome and what he expects from the next government.
I think it's a very, very significant election, not only from the point of view that Mr. Modi has won and the BJP has won and the NDA has won, but it's a sea change in the way the country looks. The BJP and its allies will be far more bold in doing what is necessary. It's a landmark election, not only for what it is going to do immediately, But what it is pointing to where Indian politics is going to go in the next 4-5 days. I'm not looking at what's going to happen in the next 3 months, but I'm thinking of what's more important to India for the next 5 to 10 years. So I think you're going to have an economic policy which is absolutely prudent and what is required. I mean, I can't predict why. The market is going to find a lot of confidence. I think a lot of money is going to come for investment in the country. I can't predict what's going to happen in the next 1 month or 3 months or 6 months. But I think whatever has happened is very positive for the country. We have to improve the ease of doing business. The moment we are able to do that, I think money will just pour into this country. There is a lot of introspection to be done to think what to do, what not to do. But I think government will come with very positive and bold economic policy. If we do the ease of doing business, they are going to find the money easily. I don't think there's any dearth of money or investment in India. We have to just channelize.
All right, that was Rakesh Jhunjhunwala laying out his expectations from the coming government.